Mr. Piggott, Mr. Steers, Mr. Sheehy, father, faculty, parents, extended families, underformers, and most importantly, class of 2011. Hello. I'd like to begin by extending a very special thank you to our amazing faculty. Without their guidance and support, there's no way that we'd all be able to be heading off to such exceptional colleges next fall. Let's give them a round of applause. I'd like to extend the greatest thanks, however, to every parent that is here today and any that are unable to be here. Assuming that you other parents are at least a little bit like mine, I know that you've stuck with us through everything, listening to all of our problems, and always providing the best advice when we needed it, and we want you to know that we truly appreciate it. I'd also like to thank the sixth form classes of the past. They've set a high bar, but I think we've met it well. I think I might even dare say that we're a little bit better than them in a few areas. I mean, it's clear that my good looks alone can account for our class being a little more handsome than any before us. But our greatness goes more than skin deep. We're also clearly the strongest. I mean, in addition to surviving the multitudes of epidemics that have broken out over our years here, we've survived Canterbury's first real code blue alert, a series of North Pole-worthy blizzards, and most recently, and perhaps most impressively, the rapture. I think that my class's strength is a product of the time that we've spent here. I mean, if powering through Mr. Johnson's history class doesn't teach you how to be strong, I'm not sure if anything would. Really though, I think that Canterbury's numerous opportunities have shaped us into the people we are today. Sure, we were sometimes forced to take advantage of these opportunities, but Canterbury pushing us to do the things that we didn't want to do turned out to be extremely beneficial. The time Canterbury most beneficially pushed me was during my fourth form year. Despite my chiseled physique, I'm actually not the strongest of athletes. Don't worry, everyone always looks surprised when I tell them that. After being cut from the JV squash team, I went to Mr. Wilson's office to find out what I could do instead. And he told me that the only thing left for me to do was to become the manager of the Boys Varsity Hockey team. Horror overwhelmed me. I didn't know anything about hockey, and images of huge, toothless, bloodthirsty muscleheads flashed into my terrified mind. The idea that I, a then fairly timid boy, had to manage such beasts froze me with fear. I think I managed to stammer out a weak, huh? Before he ushered me out of his office, leaving me dumbstruck. The next day, after my first hockey practice, Mr. McCarthy officially introduced me to the team in the locker room. I sat in the front, anxious that they might begin pelting me with water bottles. After my introduction, the boys all shouted and burst into a round of applause. As I looked around, I noticed that, to my great relief, each one had all of his teeth and not one was scowling at me. From that moment on, I realized that the hockey boys were nothing like I imagined them to be, and after a few weeks, I'd become one of them. I discovered that hockey is actually a great sport, and I soon became as active a member of the team as I could. After the team's huge OT win over Taft, the boys encouraged me to announce it at school meeting. I was apprehensive, but agreed to do it, and to my surprise, people actually enjoyed it. My confidence was boosted, and from then on out, I announced all of our victories. Thanks to Canterbury requiring me to manage hockey, I discovered a love for something I thought I would never enjoy, and I became confident in who I am. My story is not uncommon. I know that I'm not the only one that Canterbury changed for the better. In fact, I can guarantee that each and every one of us has been changed by Canterbury, whether we've been here for 1 year, 4, or in some cases 5. Some of these changes were small, like taking up a new study regimen or learning how to make an announcement. Others were huge, as some of us discovered new academic, athletic, or artistic passions and will be pursuing them next year. Most notably, a lot of us discovered some lifelong friends. Next year, a few of us will be leading Division I teams to winning seasons. Others are ready to do world-class research to create a better future. Others are ready to lead their companies to the top of the Fortune 500 list. Others still aren't quite sure what they'll be doing. One thing that's common between all of us, though, is that Canterbury has led us to try new things, has taught us how to be the strong leaders we are today, and Canterbury is and forever will be a part of who we are. It'll be with us when we join new clubs, it'll be with us when we make new friends, and it will be there when we find success yet again. Thank you.